Good morning. It is Saturday, and I have all the Mother's Day errands to do after this, but I wanted to hop on and do a quick little glowy makeup tutorial. I'm going to use BB cream today. Some of the things I don't use all the time, but like I say, I like to switch things up. So I'm going to use BB cream today. I'm going to use a Lip BonBon as a lip color. I'm going to use our Dip and Draw eyeliner, also something that doesn't come out very often. And I finally got my Moodstruck 4D mascara, so I'm going to show that to you as well. I used it yesterday for the first time, and I love it, obviously. It just gives you so much fullness at your lash line. It's kind of incredible. While I get organized, I'm just going to go ahead and put my Touch Glorious primer on. That is a first step every time I do my makeup. Hi, Sonia. Let's see if I can get slightly closer. Okay, so Touch Glorious primer is always a first step. I usually put on about a pea-sized amount, not too much. The only thing that I have on my skin right now is I washed my face when I got up, and I put my day cream on. Rose water to tone it, and then day cream. So you want to put the primer on just to create like a nice, clean, even backdrop for your makeup to go on. That way you're not going to see pores, fine lines, all that junk. And then you want to let your primer sit on your face for a few minutes. Usually, hi, how are you? Usually I would say like, I don't know, 3 to maximum 5 minutes. You just want it to not feel damp anymore, essentially. And you're going to notice that you're not going to be blending your makeup into your primer. You're just going to be able to sit it right on top of there. So that's the whole idea of primer. I used to think primer was kind of a scam because you can't actually like appreciate it like a pigment or something like that on your skin. So I used to think it was kind of a joke, but once I started using it, I saw that my makeup lasted longer and it looked just infinitely better. So Touch Glorious primer, amazing. Let's see here. So also the 4D is coming out today. 4D Epic. I finally got it in the mail. I want to say that I have 1 or 2 more that are unspoken for. So if you are interested in getting the 4D Epic, shoot me a message or comment on this and I can get back to you. I can ship it or I can drop it off if you're local to the Clifton Park, Albany, Saratoga area. So that's my spiel. We're going to be using BB Flawless cream today. BB Flawless is a tinted moisturizer, so it is not, quote, full coverage like our other foundations are. That's okay. I like it because it's very light, and when I'm having really good skin moments where I don't have like breakouts, which right now I don't have any breakouts, I don't have anything like that. It's still a little bit chilly out and a little dry, so I am still continuing to hydrate my skin. That's what I love this for. Sometimes I will kick it up with like a drop or 2 of foundation, but today I'm not going to do that, and I'm actually just going to set it with my foundation powder to make sure that it's perfect for all day long. So this is the second shade up in our, I think we have 5 or 6 different shades of BB cream. This is number 2, and this is Bisque, because I'm pretty fair skinned. So I put that much on the back of my hand. You can always add more, but I usually like to start with what I think I'm going to use, and if I need more, I'll go in and get it, but I try not to go wasteful. I don't like to waste anything. So I'm just putting this on my skin sort of where I want to blend it in, just like I do my foundation. Hi, Alyssa. And this definitely has a thicker, sort of creamier consistency than our foundation does because our foundation is water weight, which means that it's super, super light. I am going to blend it in with my Eco Tools sponge. I just washed this with hot water. Hi, Tiffany. I just washed this with hot water and hand soap, so it's still got some dampness to it. And it's just going to blend all this in. So BB cream, if you have dry skin or mature skin, if you're looking for just a very light coverage situation, BB cream is amazing. It leaves you with a really dewy, glowy finish. I personally love that because I just feel like healthy skin always looks glowy. So it's hard to kind of get that out of a cosmetic, but this will give you the dewy glowiness. But again, it's not full coverage. I would say it's light to medium coverage. but you can see it blends in really nicely. Okay, so all blended. Just kind of evens out my skin tone. It doesn't give me like an all over shade change. And now I'm going to go in with pressed powder. This is in the shade Crepe. So the reason I'm going in with pressed powder is it's going to amp up the coverage of the BB cream because this is a full coverage powder. It's also going to set the BB cream so that it doesn't move all day. So I'm going to use my powder concealer brush. This is a Younique brush. And I'm just going to go ahead and lightly dust this on. I don't tend to use a ton of the foundation powder when I'm just using it to set, but I do like that it gives me like a fuller coverage, more like airbrushed look. And it just seals it so that it's not going to move at all on you. And blend down your neck. Always blend, blend, blend. Blending is key. Okay, done. Super easy. We're gonna go in with another shade of foundation powder now. This is Scarlet. So when hi Jude, when I use my cream concealer, right here, this is the shade Scarlet. This is the lightest shade of cream concealer that we carry. This is also the lightest shade of foundation powder that we carry. A little trick, because I've switched over to powder right now. I just put powder on my face, so I would never go and put another cream product on my face. I'm going to use the Scarlet foundation powder, and I'm going to use that same EcoTools damp sponge. I'm going to grab some of the product using the damp sponge, and I'm just going to press it on my skin. And you can see the difference. This is doing two things. It's highlighting, it's brightening my under eye, it's contouring my face, and it's setting my BB cream. So I guess it's technically doing four things. But I love using the powder over my BB cream because I still have all the moisture in my skin. So I'm not going to notice any fine lines and wrinkles, but I'm able to set it for entire day's wear. If you're somebody like me, you don't necessarily need to be a mom to be incredibly busy, but usually people go, if you're a busy mom, if you're busy, we're all busy, and you just need to put your makeup on and not touch it up during the day. I never have time to, honestly. I work in an office, I probably could make time. But who wants to go in and do their makeup several times a day? I have no interest. I want to do it once and be done with it. Hi, Sonia, thank you. So I'm just putting this in the areas that I kind of want to highlight and brighten. Done. So it's super white right now, not to worry. I've gone a little heavy on it. I haven't blended it in at all. I'm just going to take this big powder brush. This has nothing on it. And I just kind of diffuse the edges and blend it out. So there's a makeup tip that will cost you $0, but a brush. I use this all the time when I'm trying to diffuse out blush or bronzer, when I'm just trying to blend things together. Just go ahead, use a big fluffy brush. The bigger, the softer, the better, and sort of diffuse out those lines. Done. All right, now I'm going to go in with Beachfront bronzer. This is in the shade Malibu. So we've gone from the lightest foundation that we have to the darkest bronzer that we have. And I'm going to use, this is an e.l.f. brush. That's something I got at Target. It's called the Foundation Blurring Brush. What I like about it is that it's slightly angled and that it's pretty dense, so I can kind of control how much powder is on it. Something really fluffy like this, you're not going to be able to really control where the powder goes. It's more going to go everywhere. But if you have dense bristles that are pretty tightly packed, you're going to be able to control where you're painting on your face. So I'm going to grab a little bit of this Malibu bronzer. Again, it's the darkest bronzer that we have. I love it for contour. And And I just kind of start at the top of my ear, and I feel for my cheekbone and go down towards the corner of my mouth. And that usually gives me the best shape to chisel out my brow, my cheekbones. Just like that. And then we can go through, obviously, at the end and diffuse out. If we think that it looks a little too sharp or it's not blended enough, we can always blend more at the end. If you're wondering why my nails look particularly haggard, I got them done last Saturday. They looked phenomenal, probably like the best my nails have ever looked. And yesterday while I was at work, I was setting up a gala for 1,200 people. They were literally popping off like chiclets. I was so beyond annoyed. So now I'm down to looking like a 12-year-old boy with nothing on. And it's a little bit killing my soul. But out of sheer principle of not wanting to continue to spend money on things that don't matter and clearly don't stay, I think I'm going to try to rock the bare nails for a minute and see what happens. I have been a lifelong nail biter my entire life, and it helps if I have something on them because then I don't chew them. But God, ridiculous. Okay, bronzer is now on. I'm going to go ahead and do that same little trick with the big fluffy brush. Blend everything out again so that there's no like hot spots on my face. I fully admit to watching a lot of makeup people on YouTube, on Facebook, wherever. And when they have like really dense hot spots of color on their face and then nothing, or like really, really bright contours and dark contours mixing together, it doesn't jive well with me. I'm a bit of a blending snob. All right, I'm now going to go in with Sophisticated. Nope, not Sophisticated. I didn't want that one. I wanted Seductive blush. Seductive. It's sort of like a mauve-y sort of pink. Really pretty mauve-y pink. This is Seductive. And we're just going to go ahead and bring that right onto the apples of our cheeks and blend it into that contour. Just one dab. Don't go digging in these blushes. There is so much pigment in these. I've had this one for at least a year. It looks brand new because I literally touch it once and get that much color on it. So don't go hog wild and just dig forever in there. You'll have so much color on your face you won't know what to do with it. Done. Just a really nice like flushy blush. Flushy blush. Okay, for eyeshadow, I'm going to actually save eyeshadow for next. I'm going to do Brow Obsession palette. I'm going to do just a very, the children. I'm going to do a very natural brow, following my natural brow contour, nothing super aggressive. I draw in my bottom line first, following my natural brow. Just making sure that I stop and start at the right parts. And then for the top, I just grab all the little baby hairs that live above my brow and I make sure that I blend those in so that I get a really good arch going and so that my brow looks fuller without looking phony. And I'm just blending in what I have on my brush and what I have on my brow already. And slowly fading in from the front. Okay. And done. Hi Stephanie, how are you? Okay, so now we're gonna go and make another brow on this side. Hi, Carla. So this is the difference between a finished brow and an undone brow. Just gives my face more structure, a little bit more color, opens up my eye a little bit more. Not that I have bad brows to begin with, but just polishing them up makes a huge difference on the structure of your face. So I'm just gonna go in and do that bottom line. How are you? So I'm just gonna go in and do that bottom line and then the top line and blend it all together. So I'm using the Brunette palette. I could probably even use the blonde palette, to be honest with you, because my hair is pretty light right now. But what I like about using the palettes over using a brow pencil is that I'm able to tailor the color between the different powders that are in it. I don't have to worry so much about just being one note. And it's a lot easier to fade in the front with a brush than it is with a pencil tip, in my opinion, for me. Okay, just make sure that they match. Okay. Good. All right, so I'm gonna do super simple today. I'm actually just gonna use the bronzer that I used and the blush that I used to do an eye look, because I'm super basic. So I'm gonna go in with my powder concealer brush, and I'm just gonna use the concealer end of this to grab some Malibu bronzer. And just paint this right into the crease of my eye. Hi, Nikki. And this is just, it's not gonna give me, quote, color on my eye. It's just gonna give me sort of a soft shadow, just so I have a little bit of something working. This is like my everyday mom hack, is putting bronzer and blush on my eye. And then I'm gonna grab my Younique blush blending bud and the same blush that I used. This is Sophisticated. Nope, it's not. It's Seductive. Seductive. And I'm just gonna blend that on because I kind of like a pinky tone. It brings out the green in my eyes. So I just blend that in, call it a day. How easy. And then I'm gonna use Touch a la Mode highlighter. This is the shade Iridescent. It's our prismatic white. And I'm gonna go and put that right on the top of my cheekbone. I love to put it on my skin because A, it gives me a ton of glow, and B, it sort of provides a really nice contrast and a blend in between where I have my highlighter and where my blush is. It sort of just like melts those two things together. And then down my nose, on my Cupid's bow. I'm gonna take a little bit on my ring finger and I'm gonna pop it right in the front of my eye and just blend it out to the center of my eye just to open it up a little bit. If you ever look especially tired and you just like can't seem to get yourself to wake up, adding a little bit of brightness to the inside corner of your eye and right on the lid is going to give you a very awake look. So a little trick. I'm now going to go in before I do my eye mascara. I'm going to go in with Dip and Draw eyeliner. I never use liner honestly anymore because my mascara has been so much like on point, but you know what? I'm in the mood to use something different. So this is our Dip and Draw. It's a liquid eyeliner, obviously. It's so easy to use. This is the black shade called Perfect. And I'm just gonna put a thin just right on my lid. Okay. Super easy to use, obviously. This is also, I'm not a huge like winged liner person, but these are incredibly easy to wing out. But all we're doing today is buying plants for the moms in our life, so I don't want to look like 12 degrees of super extra. Oh my gosh, I should have taken this off. All right, so I'm going to curl my lashes. So, because this 4D is no joke. The 4D mascara is amazing. That's what I'm going to show you next. So this is brand new. I still have 1 or 2 of these that are unspoken for because I bought extra. Hi, Laura. So if you are interested in the 4D and you haven't ordered one yet and you're local and you possibly want one this weekend, just shoot me a message. All right, so I'm gonna curl my lashes really quick. Oh, that is way too hot still. I had it sitting on my curling iron and it's still way too hot. And I'm not in the mood to suffer 3rd-degree burns for the sake of any video, I gotta say. Curling. Okay. Curled. I never curl my lashes, but because the 4D makes them so long, I kind of feel like it's necessary. So how cool is this tube? Gorgeous. It's about the same size as our regular Epic. This is our standard Epic, and this is the 4D. The 4D has already the little fibers in it. You don't have to do the 2-step process where you put the transfer gel, then you put the fibers, then you put the transfer gel. That whole thing is done now. So, gorgeous wand. And the wand actually has an angle to it. It's sort of like a triangle. So that you can, there's like parts of it that are fluffier and then points of it that are tighter so that you can get into the little lashes without like poking yourself in the eye. So I'm gonna do 2 coats of this 4D. Okay. Coat number 1. I just feel like in addition to making them look really long, what I like about it is that it finds all the really fine ones, the really fine lashes that you have, and instead of clumping them together so that they look long but they don't look thick, it makes them look really, this mascara makes it look really thick at the root. And that's what I like about false lashes, is that you sort of have that really thick line right at your root, and it just looks very full. So that's my favorite part of this mascara. In addition to the fact that it does make them look insanely long. If you already have long lashes, like, beware. They're gonna look crazy, crazy long. But don't they look super full? Oh, I love it. I'm just gonna take whatever I have left on the wand and just do my lower lashes really quick. Otherwise you don't see them, they don't exist. They're very thin and very blonde. 2 things that I am not naturally. Okay. Done. Done, done, done. Okay, so now, what was I going to show? Oh, I was going to show you a lip look. Okay, so I'm going to use, no, I don't want to use Pouty. I want Pouty. I'm going to use Pouty lip liner, and I'm going to use Raspberry Cheesecake Lip BonBon. Just like the BB cream that we used earlier, Lip BonBon is a tinted moisturizer for your lips. So if you're a chapstick person, or if your lips have been dry, or if you're just not like a heavy lipstick wearer because you don't like the way that it looks on your face, Lip BonBons are totally for you. So I normally would, I think I have it in my purse. I normally wear Red Velvet Cake, but I got this for summer because it was just a little bit lighter. It's more of a pink. So this is called Raspberry Cheesecake. Yeah, I've got the other one in my purse. So I'm just going to go ahead and line my lips really quick. This is Pouty Lip Liner. And I always line my lips. It gives your lips great color, and then you can totally tailor the shape of your lip. If you overline your lips, only do so right in the very dead center. Okay. My husband says when I'm putting on makeup is the quietest I am all day, because I can't talk during some of it. Okay, so Raspberry Cheesecake Lip BonBon. It looks super obnoxious. I promise you it's not. It goes on just like your favorite chapstick. What do? Okay, I'll be right there. He went poop and pee. Gorgeous, right? Super easy. You can throw this right in your purse. You don't have to be fussy with it. It's glossy, makes your lips feel amazing, and it's got some pigment to it, so I'm never mad at that. I am going to set my makeup with rose water today because I'm wearing powder as a finish, and so I want to have a dewy glow. That was the whole reason that we started with the BB cream. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little rose water on my face. I use this every day and every night for my skincare anyway. So you can see my face is wet. What happens is this sets your makeup by basically activating it, melting everything together so that it's going to stay all day. The benefit of using the rose water is that it's going to give you a dewy finish. If you like a more matte finish on your makeup, go in and grab the Touch Behold setting spray. This is what I use all summer long when it's really humid here in New York and you just feel like everything is going to melt off of your face. I always use the Touch Behold setting spray, but in the winter, or if I'm using a powder finish and I want more of a glow, I will go ahead and use the rose water. Hi Tracy, how are you? All right, so that is our makeup look for Saturday while we go to the greenhouse and buy flowers for all of the beautiful moms in our lives. If you guys have any questions on makeup or being shade matched or technique or products or anything like that, just shoot me a message. I'm around all weekend. To all of the mamas out there, I hope that you have a beautiful Mother's Day tomorrow. I will hopefully be on in the morning to do a little bit of this. If there's anything that you guys want to see, always feel free to comment or shoot me a message and let me know, and then I'll make sure that I hop on and do that. But thank you guys for joining me, and I will see you tomorrow.